Museum.
Yes, you may touch the table and your butt may touch the chair. Okay?
Okay, I'm looking at you guys.
Pretty cool, huh?
And cut. Perfect.
Why, thank you.
I know we are. It's a burden.
I watched you and you were amazing.
You've done well with positive
I
reinforcement.
gotta go down. I forgot.
Is it starting?
Oh.
Gotta be on the level.
Very soon.
I don't want to be. Yeah.
Very,
if you look
very
at
soon.
where I'm at right now.
You may, wait. How much is left in this?
Thanks for letting me sponsor this thing. You guys are the best.
There you go. Okay, take the whole thing and go sit at the table.
That's right. Hey, did you do your hair? Did you actually get in and get a
Yeah, I actually got in.
Wee! I thought it looked darker.
When my wife, when she skips an appointment, it's like 3 months before she gets in again.
Where do
She
you guys go?
hates it.
Is there a special place that everyone goes?
Stace goes to us. A special place. Which one lady? Like I don't know, women in there. It's like
I go
me and
to the same
mechanic.
person every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just go to the same
Well,
like
that's 'cause
salon-ish
that's 'cause she
and
can cut a
just.
sick fade.
All right, Glenn, are you ready to dance? We are streaming BT Dubs.
Yeah.
We are live. We are live.
We are live. Are we
clean
going
and
to? Are
hop
we going to do the
upstairs.
same thing that we did with the?
WSU guest sucks.
It does.
Yes.
It
Yes,
does.
it will.
We do the same thing
They
that
know
we did
very
with
well. They know very well that sucks.
with the what? Rachel, your chair needs to come up. Jeff, you need to go down.
Yeah.
And or vice versa.
I went down a
Can't go
little.
down.
Yeah.
I could go down more.
You can't
but then
see me
I'm
over
like,
my laptop.
It's like I'm doing a squat the whole time.
If we're.
Glenn, let's just
Good.
get a taller chair.
But then my mic's different. But then I need to do
Alright,
that
we're
all
good,
over
we're good.
again.
Rachel's come up enough to be better.
Hey.
Hello.
Twitch.tv/LB.
I guess I should log in and all that.
It's not LBK. I keep thinking it's LBK.
This is done before my kids get dropped off at 5:15.
Mm-hmm.
I want that.
There's gonna be so many kids.
Then again, if we do, we'll just do the
Yeah.
Lilith big cast right away.
Oh, we have a complaint about our logo because our triangle's short and stubby.
Hey,
It's a cute short stubby
I thought
triangle.
It was cute.
I
thought
think
it was cute
it's like.
too. How did you hear
How's it
that
going,
one?
Libet?
How did you hear that one?
I called it the LPS.
The LPS? What?
The little peanut shop?
No.
Oh, Littlest Pet Shop. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Takes me a while.
Okay. About ready? I already hit record,
Okay. Yes. Small one.
so we won't forget.
Layla.
It's cool.
Remember?
My favorite part about
I'm assuming that's not your new fedora.
Oh no, this is a hand crocheted one that I think is pretty cool.
I remember it's my favorite one of the fedoras
I do.
actually.
It's lost its mold a lot, but
It's a
Wow.
beanie.
it's still pretty damn cool.
That's a beanie. That's a
Yeah,
beanie.
right?
It's a
Right?
Vicky beanie fedora.
It's Fedini.
Funny.
A Fanini.
Like a
Oh,
beanie,
ladies.
but not.
KT would like to know if we're sure that we hit record.
Yeah. I'll have Glenn verify.
So
All right.
I was gonna say my
I
favorite
gotta be
picture about
careful
the
not to swear
marathon.
there's a child here.
Well, it'll be a good filter for you.
Because I was about to start swearing at KT pretty early just then.
Already. Wow. And we are just started.
We don't need to get
Folks, we're gonna
babysat,
start in
KT.
Just a moment.
We don't need to get babysat.
Just a moment. We
We're
got
And
this.
it begins. Let's see.
All right. So much fun. So I found out that fleek, not found out, but someone pointed me to a different definition of fleek because we had a whole discussion on,
Yeah,
on,
it's like
on
it's a
fleek.
fleek. I'm totally on fleek.
Somebody said that it was a fart and a gleek. So it's when you fart with just a little bit of moisture, enough that you have to check your
Pretty
pants.
funny.
Right? That's a
it's
fleek.
Pretty sure
the
that's not
part
how they
you
use
can't
it in rap
trust.
music. But that's
Sharding.
pretty
Sharding.
I know.
Yeah.
That,
yeah.
that I thought it was sharding.
That's what
But
I thought.
this one's moisture, no fecal matter, just moisture. It was a thick description.
Well, there's that.
Just a wet fart.
That's how we're gonna start it.
There's no
fleek.
such thing as a wet fart with no fecal matter. That's not a thing.
You've got a point. You've got an excellent
Sweat
point.
maybe? Just real.
Well, there you go.
like-
Just a little sweat button.
In order for their
I love it. I love it.
like
Folks, it's
Niagara.
good.
Oh, video games.
Yeah, we are. We're going to get to the show, don't you worry. Now,
No.
Glenn, is anybody up there way too hot? If we are, let me know and I can adjust us down here.
Lily, you move those chairs now and don't move them again.
Who is hot?
Okay, I just
Drop it like
Who'd he say?
it's hot.
I'm so damn hot.
Thought I heard him. I'm hot.
Chris.
Well, of course, because I'm eating the mic.
That's what you do.
That's what I do. It's my proper mic technique.
I'll
I
get
believe they teach you
Twitters.
that. Eat the mic.
Bug.
Let me bring me
Here,
down
take
just
it
a
back
bit.
up.
All right, so if I'm here, is that a little bit better? How's that? It's its own little video types of yikes. Types of yikes. All right, folks, we are just about ready to get started. We're going to talk Rogue Legacy today. We're going to talk about all the fun things that we've done. We actually had a LittleBigKast field trip we'll talk about a little bit. So there's lots to be done. Fearless Mantis, we are about ready to get into our show. If you have any questions or anything you want to add, join us in the chat. Fearless Mantis, we will greatly
Fearless Mantis.
welcome you.
The heads off of
All right, am I still loud? How am I doing? Okay. Ladies, disclaimer. He's pushing buttons. He can't even spell disclaimer. Yeah, Glenn's producing upstairs for us, so this is going to be awesome.
Glenifer.
All I told him was push 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Okay.
All right, hey, red button's still on and blue button's still on?
Nice.
Glenn? Red's up and blue's up?
Question mark? Yes.
Wait, oh, there it is. Yep, we're good.
Okay. Just for
He's going to try and push audio as well. Like, he's going to try and double juggle
Everything.
over
my
it.
This thing.
goodness.
So, when we are ready, we'll let you know. I believe it auto-tweets us now.
Completely forgotten my password.
That's going to be a problem.
It's okay.
We do this every week.
Shh.
Don't say it out loud. Her password is
One color.
one color, one direction. That's her password. Oh, I'm sorry, I give it away.
How did you know?
Bring back 1D.
Zane. We miss Zane.
We miss Zane is her.
Liam leave
It's
too.
her password. All right,
No.
we are. It's auto-tweeted, so we'll just have to.
I'm tweeting one more from LBK real quick.
Well, that's the one that went auto.
Spam,
Yes, yes.
Spam.
Come see how pretty we look.
Hey.
Fearless Mantis, what's up, dude?
Okay, so
Good name.
I think of like Fearless Mantis, Space Ghost, the Mantis dude. I can't remember his name. It was the praying mantis, the alien praying mantis.
Remember?
Started with a B. Oh, there I am.
What would we do without auto-saved
Zorak.
This is true. This is true.
I don't know why I thought it was like Bjork.
Find it now.
It totally
Do
is
love
not
Bjork.
Bjork. Because I know
love
that she's
Bjork.
a singer. She looks like a praying mantis.
Swan
but
lady.
hey.
All right, folks, this is the goodness, the goldness, and we are on. I love when I retweet LBK. It like still pings me like, "Hey, you got
Yeah.
a message." I know I did it.
I am the message.
Okay. Jeff, what more do you need? Hot and ready, like
I'm
a pizza.
ready.
All right, Glenn, you want to throw down the music? I don't know if I'll be able to hear it down here. It starts out really quiet, by the way.
Oh, we know. You're smelling your hair.
I like the hype.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another exciting episode of the LittleBigKast. My name is Jeff Hawks. I'm one of today's hosts. Alongside me, as always, Drew Tyler,
I made it. Thanks, everybody.
Dr. Robin Hazlett,
Hola.
and intern extraordinaire,
Hey.
Miss Rachel Hernandez.
I'm growing up.
Hooray for post-school life.
Yay.
Anyway, I'm stoked to be here. This is episode 54 of the
Yeah.
LittleBigKast, everybody. Thank you for joining us. If you're in the Twitch stream, feel free to comment, chat, say nice things or mean things, and we'll ban you. But whatever you want to say, you're welcome to say it.
Surprises.
Fun.
The choice is yours.
And we'll edit your thoughts as necessary if they're not kind.
Yes.
We do have a small child in the recording studio today, so I will be
Not
watching
swearing.
my potty mouth. So if you came here looking for me swearing, I am sorry to
Dang.
disappoint you today.
Yes.
I will be disappointing you.
There we
I'll
go.
be keeping a clean filter on
Yeah.
for the sake of the children.
Yeah, because that's totally what I do all the time with her.
Absolutely, we've got to. It's critical. Yeah, I've started to get to a point with my daughter where, so I have a 4-year-old daughter. I don't know if everyone here I know. Is
Oh, yeah,
familiar with
yeah,
it. I
but-
don't know if everyone out listening today or in the chat is familiar. I have a 4-year-old daughter and she's pretty sweet. She's a super nice kid. And what's interesting is she has started to remember the things I say and repeat them. So if
That
I
was a
have
fun time.
maybe a niece or a nephew that bugs the crap out of me, and I vocalize that, it has come out in
Yes.
front of their parents
Yes.
recently,
Yes, exactly.
which creates some interesting conversations. They're like, "What? You don't like my kid?" Olive just said that you thought my kid was annoying. I'm like, "Well, I did
fact.
say that. That is a thing that I said." So I'm learning to bite my tongue. But
Earmuffs.
it's a big week, guys.
Yes.
This is a big week, and I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to talk about some of the things that are happening in the video game world. Even though there's not a lot of news, a lot of stuff is happening. So let's get into it
So much is happening.
with our weekly, just kind of what's happening. So who wants to go
been
first?
going down.
I vote one of you two goes
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, we usually
I
drive
feel like
this boat.
Drew. I feel like Drew went first last time.
know.
I feel
You
like
did.
Yeah.
Robin,
I'll go
lead
first.
us with the run.
Hair leads.
Lead us with the marathon.
The marathon. Yes, it will then lead into Drew's because he was afterward. The marathon was surprisingly enjoyable, even though it was just a torrential downpour the entire day.
I woke up that day and I was like,
It's just like,
edited.
no.
Dang,
Yeah,
dude.
it was.
Yeah.
Again, children.
Okay, so the really funny part is that they wake you up at least 4:30
They?
in the morning.
It's like
they?
it's requisite.
They.
You
It's a
just
mob
the
team.
beings, right? The
Yeah.
ones that run it. Yeah.
The people that run.
Are you meaning you
the
get
thing.
like calls?
No, you just have
No.
to be on the bus by 4.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Okay.
you're up by at least 4:30, and in a car going to the buses, which then take you to your starting points. So I was on one of the first legs because there's 5 legs in this relay,
okay.
and so they say get on with the full marathon runners because they'll just drop you off along the way at your second starting point.
Okay.
So get up to where the full marathon runners start, and there was no stops. And I get off the bus. I'm like, guys, there's a big start sign here. I'm not doing 14 miles. This is wrong. Get me back on the bus. And so we all got off, and there's only like a few relay teams. There were like 65 relay teams
Okay.
among like 9,000 runners.
Lots of runners from all over the
It
world.
looked like a zombie apocalypse evacuation is the thing. I mean, it's like super early in the morning. There's like police lights going on. It's like, find an open seat. And I was like, I don't know what's happening. So I was in a little bit of a panic.
Okay.
Got onto an actual like school bus, like yellow school bus, and like kind of went into like PTSD mode. Just like, oh my gosh, so many memories, make them go away. But got up to the start line, climbed back on the bus, and said, "Fix this." And so
So were you the only one, or were there a bunch of people that?
it was me, the other person on the second comm department team
Okay.
that was running the same leg with me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we supposed to do? Like, I'm panicking here. I don't want to run 14 miles. I can't do this.
I'm not even sure I can do 6.
I can't. And so we hop back on the bus. They drive back down the same route, and we climb out at the second stop point. Then we get to watch the storm roll in over the mountains, and like I have like this little like time lapse photo thing.
Let's see.
Yeah, it isn't perfect by any means, but you can just like see the clouds just like billowing in over the mountains.
That was just ugly.
Yeah, I was
So you
just
made
like,
it to your spot.
it looks so pretty, and it's gonna suck so much. So made it there, got like ponchoed and sweatshirted and like sweatpants, everything, and had little plastic baggies tied around my feet so that my shoes wouldn't get wet until I actually started running.
Right.
So that was fun.
And you survived.
And we all survived.
There we go.
And it was definitely an experience. Brent is a fantastic running buddy because he was so positive about the whole thing.
He's so nice.
He was so positive. I'm like, this is a really nice, gentle rainfall. This could have been so much worse. And look, everything is so green. And I'm just like, you're right.
You're like, do you realize
my
it's
feet
40
hurt.
degrees? My feet are soaking wet.
I'm running in a beanie and a poncho.
That was me. I was because he continued to run all the way down.
Oh, really?
He was second to second leg, right? So he did 19 miles, but he ran all the way down with all of us. And so when he got in mine, I was just like, "You're right. F you, go, just go, leave me. Fly, you fools!" Because it was rough. It was rough. No, Brent was awesome.
Yeah, no, and it was a really fun experience. My feet still hurt though. So like my my left heel hurts and the top of my right foot hurts. I don't know how this happened, but that's okay.
Wow,
What?
wow. That's
But yes, and then gaming-wise, since I'm pretty well laid up, it's like, nah, I'm not moving. Like Layla tried to sit on my lap earlier, and I'm like, stop! And so I've been playing Witcher 3, a smidgen of Borderlands, and Layla and I have actually been playing through Final Fantasy X, the remaster.
Nice.
And so it's like this critical thinking exercise. It's like, did you see they made the same motion that they did back when they were in Xanarkand 1,000 years ago? How do you think they got 1,000 years into the future? I don't know, Mom. Maybe sin moved them 1,000 years into the future. I'm like, maybe you're right.
nice.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
So
Critical
it's
thinking
been,
in Final Fantasy is always fun.
yeah, it's been fun.
Very cool.
So yes, that has been my week. I'm recovering, and I will eventually run or walk stairs.
So have you run
sometime.
since?
A little bit. I went to the
So
gym.
you
and,
haven't
like,
fallen in love with running.
Oh, it like the whole outside thing. I was like, well, this is kind of a fun thing,
Outside.
and like, yeah, this is kind of nice. You can actually see how far you're
Nature.
going. It's like
Nature's nice.
green.
Very cool. What about you, Drew? So Drew also ran. We'll wrap
Yeah.
up the running.
I'll do the
We'll
running.
wrap up the runners today.
I did, because we've been. This has been boating like in front of us for a very long time. So to finally actually get it done is nice.
Yeah.
I realized that I ran almost 30 miles in preparation. So I felt like when we got up there, I was like, oh, I've done this 4 or 5 times already, and this time it's downhill. Yay!
Right.
So that was nice. We weren't sure if we were gonna run together. We didn't know if the first teams were gonna just like relay themselves down, or if they were gonna come down as as a pair. And sure enough, the two of them showed up together, and Stacy and I were just, all right, let's do this together. And then Brent was like, I'll run with you guys. Oh, okay. So
he didn't need to keep running.
oh
He
no,
just
his leg
continued
was
for
done. Yeah, he continued for fun all the way down to the
Wow.
bottom. So we did our 5. It was the most perfect spot if you ever do this relay. It's from the Oaks down to like mouth of the canyon, and
I
it's
had
just
never been there.
beautiful. It was just green. It was raining. I
Gorgeous.
got tired at some point. Like I got a side ache, and we were doing our 30 seconds run, 30 seconds walk. But my sweet wife urged me to do a minute 30 at one point. I know, right? 90 seconds. I can't do this. So I got a side ache, and that kind of slowed me down a bit. But overall, it was fun to see that our entire our 5 mile leg, we ran 10-minute miles versus our training when we were doing like 12-minute miles. So it was nice to be like, hey, upgrade. And then running, she decided to go the last
Upgrade.
3 miles all the way through. So she finished the last 3 with the other 2 people on the team, and Brent, who kept going. So that was really fun.
I
That
have a
was really
question.
fun.
Did you wear the soles the whole time? Because I loved the
did.
picture you sent us, and it
I
was
did.
just pouring rain, and you're in a poncho, and you.
Got
These
them
were on the
some.
whole time. and they ran, I mean, like, I had to dry them out the next day.
Right.
Like, it was the sponges in here. I was like,
Oh, so you didn't even have anything
oh,
covering.
no.
Wow.
No, I mean, I had a
That's
beanie on my
brave.
head, and I had this up, and they're solid. Like, there's nothing wrong with them. But I had a
Wow.
great run. Really enjoyed it. I realized when I got to the very bottom, because I let the wife run her 3 extra by herself, I went and got the car and met her at the finish line. So I did run the last quarter together, just with all the crowds and the cowbells and everybody running. So I did run under the finish sign. I was like, yes, I did it. Yeah. They had no
That
idea.
was so beamy.
Yeah, but I realized I did it for the medal. Like when I got through and they handed this
Well,
big giant massive medal around my
I
neck,
still
I was
haven't
like,
gotten mine.
I did it! Like that was what meant
That's funny.
something. I paid $50 and I got this. And then if you wear the ribbon just right, it says marathon finisher, not relay marathon finisher.
Nice. It's all about how you wear
Anyway,
it.
I didn't suffer through. I thought it was actually really. I thought it was.
I thought it was really fun. There were
Really
some
fun.
like major sourpusses on the bus back though.
Really, really.
Yeah, they were like, "Ugh, why don't they turn this thing on and get the heat on? I'm like, look, it's raining out there. It's not in here. I'm happy.
Yep.
Can we just roll with this?
So was that your first time in the valley then?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's what you're
Yeah.
at.
We got to go do an Oaks lunch because I think it's been wonderful up
That
there.
one.
Yes, please.
But other than running, which I have not run since, like I did fall in love with nature. I do like a short 30-second run is fine. Like when the kids
A
steal
brisk
something. and I-
jog from the car to the grocery store.
No, that was it. But other than that, what a day for gaming, a week for gaming.
I know.
Played lots of Rogue Legacy. We'll talk all about that later. But I played over and over and over and over and over until it was just like, why am I still playing this? And then, of course, as we all know, and I'm sure we'll hear, House of Wolves, haven't touched it. But Witcher 3, I played quite a bit. And one of my favorite parts of the whole week was that our buddy Glenn, best friend of the program, Glenn, he took like 4 or 5 days off of work. and set up his whole house is all set up, and so he's got a streaming room.
To just be jamming.
Yeah, totally jamming. Like, so I showed up at like
So fantastic.
Peach gave me permission to go over at like 9 o'clock at night. She's got work to do, so I did her a favor so she could read her papers for school and stuff. But I slid in there, and he's got this whole room set up. I just had to bring my PlayStation and my microphone.
I
Set it up, and I
like
streamed for like
it.
4 hours. My beautiful face was on the Twitch, and I don't know, I had a blast.
Yeah, it's
you know
fun,
what I mean?
huh?
Like, it was just a blast. I threw that
Yeah.
camera up and just so that was the fun part. I really, yeah, that was my week right there.
Your name, Princess Rika, has officially dubbed you Drew. Drew.
Drew?
Drew.
Jeff and Drew.
Sure.
That's
I dig
good.
it.
Double J, double R.
Cute. I like
I'll
that.
take
All right,
it.
do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
You
go
better
ahead.
get your,
Maybe.
get your shots in.
I know, right? Yeah.
New Destiny stuff
So,
happened this
I've
week,
been
so I'm going to
doing-
be dragging on.
So I've done a lot of things this week. I think I figured out I think I figured out my next 7-month plan.
Nice.
So that's good.
Plans
so
are good.
I know. So I think
7-month
that took me a while.
Wait.
Took me a while to figure it out.
7 months is a long
Wow,
time.
that's-
You're looking
I
forward.
know.
That's
Look
pretty
at me.
stout.
Look at me doing. It's really
Graduation did that too, right?
I
You were
know.
like, I know, 7
well,
months.
I was like, I have 2 roads to cross down. I was like, I can do this, or I can do this, and it's taking me a while to decide. And so today, I think I finally decided on one. So yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations on deciding.
Yeah.
That's hard.
I know
It's
it
not
is.
easy.
It is, and I'm an indecisive person, so I feel like ask
a
me
goal.
tomorrow, and it's gonna be the other option. So, but right now in this, I'm pretty more confident than I have been in the past month.
That's always
Very
a
good.
good feeling.
I know, right? So I've also discovered that if I wear hats, I don't have to wash my hair anymore,
Nice.
which is kind of nice. So
True.
I've been wearing the baseball caps.
Huh?
You know, yeah.
It was like 3 days here, right?
I've always wondered why. You know, usually the bald guys are wearing them. So I found this one day and I wore it and I was like, okay, this is convenient.
They
This
also have
blocks
this
the
thing
sun.
called dry shampoo. Have you ever tried that?
Yeah, I have, but that
Stuff
that
is
one's really
magical.
good.
Oh my
that scares
gosh.
me.
I
like a dry cleaner for your hair.
I panicked one morning. I was like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to make it to my 8:30 class to get like I'm in front of at least 20. Actually,
Right,
that was a
people.
30
My
people.
hair needs to smell good.
It's like it's just grease. It's like, oh my gosh.
Is it wet? Is it greasy? That's my problem.
You just tell me what. I
Still
just got
wet
out
from
of the
this
shower.
morning shower?
It's 3 p.m.
I don't know.
No.
Dry shampoo.
It's like did the dry
Anyway,
shampoo
I
and
cut
like
you off, but that's exciting.
No
Hats are
worries.
good.
Yeah. So it's the lazy things I've been productive, but I've also been really lazy. I made friend, not made him, but I highly influenced him getting a 3DS. So we've been playing Pokemon,
Oh,
Omega,
nice.
Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire.
That's true love.
So that's what we've been doing, and also House of Cards.
Oh.
We finished season 1 of House of Cards.
Nice.
Pretty crazy.
Both of you together,
Pretty
never seen it
crazy.
before?
Never seen it before.
See, I'm
So
ready
that
for
was-
summer now.
Dang.
That was good. That was nice. And so yeah, Pokemon, and then I've done a little bit of Borderlands pre-sequel. That's kind of I'm home. My laundry's done. That's
yep.
Borderlands. So yeah. That's also Vita investments. I think I bought a PS4 camera. That's supposed to that, and I just added that to
Do
my
we all
cart.
have one now?
You do.
Yeah, this was the deal, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Good time.
So I'll be getting that guy, and then yay!
Streaming time.
Yay!
Rachel's gonna be a star.
Famous.
One day. So yeah, Jeff, do tell us.
Okay.
Do share.
So first of all, we all got together and watched Mad
Hold on,
Max.
let me start the timer. Just kidding. We did, and nobody mentioned
start
that
with
part.
Mad
We'll
Max.
let you
No,
take Mad Max.
So
Yes, we
Mad
wanna make
Max
sure
was
that we're good.
awesome.
was fun.
I saw it last
So good.
Friday night, and got a message. What we talked about it when you're streaming, right?
We were streaming,
So
like just live streaming.
Monday night.
Yep, Monday night.
It was Monday night while Drew was streaming. Sent me a message and he was like, "Hey, so we might go see this movie.
Because
we might
I'm
make it an LBK
unemployed.
thing.
Glenn's taking the days off.
We might make it an LBK thing. Let's all get together and go watch the movie." So that's what we did.
Yeah, the stars
I give it
aligned.
2 thumbs up, A+.
Oh,
the show was
like-
awesome. If you like Borderlands, this is Borderlands in film.
We saw Mad Max.
Yes,
Did you say that? Yeah. Okay, that's what we saw.
that's the film.
Yeah, no.
Fury Road.
Oh, it's so good. It's just so good.
There's a lot of goodness to it.
But there's the pacing of it,
Yes,
how
yes.
how it's
well-
super saturated, the like how they
way
introduce.
paced. It was like overclocked. Like the entire thing, you're just like, and then they had this moment where you go,
And then you're back
and then you're
in.
back
So,
in, like there's
so
one
last
pause.
week we talked about the review of The Witcher, right? That they said it was always at a crescendo. That
That's-
is exactly how
But
Mad Max
yeah,
was.
Yeah.
Mad Max
It's
was
like-
always at a crescendo. You were always waiting for like the hat to drop. You're like, oh.
Right, no, like I had
But-
to unclench everything when we were done. It was really.
Like my butt cheeks were so tight.
Yeah, seriously.
And I was mad because somebody made a phone call. They needed me in the middle of the show, so I had to like sneak out and give somebody some, studio stuff to purchase. And I
bummer.
was just like, "That's 10 minutes. Did I miss the part with the guys on the polls. I was mad that I almost missed something, so I'm gonna go watch it again.
That's a
Next
good show.
Tuesday on
Yeah.
$5 Tuesday, I'm going again.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was
That's
so
a killer
Right.
deal.
Ooh,
I had no
that's-
idea that was a thing.
Yep.
$5 Tuesday. I might just
Make it a
make it a thing. I was gonna say some other thing.
Yeah.
Nobody listens, right?
Yeah,
you're
no,
right.
it's
I don't
great.
think so.
No, but we
it a
can make it
Tuesday lunch
night thing.
Yeah, we could do it.
We can do something.
Anyway,
Anyway,
super rad. It was totally fun to have you guys everybody just jumped in, and it was an
So
impromptu
spur of the
field
moment.
trip.
Yeah, it
yeah,
was great.
it was
Way
awesome.
rad. Way
So outside of that, I played a lot of Rogue Legacy. I played several hours of Rogue Legacy. We'll get into that a little bit later. I loved it though. It was a lot of fun. The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot, actually. I mentioned last week that I was kind of sold by the teaser that came out.
The one where he
week, and
wrestles
that
the
was
witch?
finally, I was like, I just got to do it. I'm going to do it.
I almost
And-
turned me off because I was like, ooh, ooh la la, and then it just went creepy weird, and I was like, ooh, right?
Yeah.
And then I still played it, and I was like, oh.
So I'm really enjoying it. I'm still trying to figure out some of the, like, the thing about The Witcher is that it's pretty complex. Like, as far as like the
Like
the
crafting and upgrading. It's
and the potion creations and different things. Like the alchemy world and the crafting systems are pretty complex, but it was a lot of fun. Jeff just had me to Destiny to do a Destiny raid. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Speaking of Destiny, House of Wolves dropped the same day that The Witcher dropped.
I haven't touched it.
Which is crazy. Like,
know.
can you? That's
You
like
should take a week off.
that's the perfect storm of video gamage for me.
It's like,
It was
look,
pretty good.
you should like honestly like endorse Red Bull. Just like pump it into your
Just
veins.
like Mad Max. Instead of hooking it into Furiosa, I hook
Yeah.
it into my vein and then into the dew.
So
Yeah.
Give me.
he had a
Red
post.
Bull.
He had a post on his Facebook that said, "Can I mix Red Bull with 5-hour energy? Is that a good idea?" or something like that. And the comment thread under that was
Oh, it
hilarious
was
wild.
because some nurse was like, "I've seen it happen," and they had a 6-hour
Like a 6 or 8 hour.
Yeah,
something.
and like I had to drain fluids, so and they were permanently
impotent, and I was
impotent. And I'm like, no.
Jeff, don't do it. Jeff, don't do it. Oh,
Yeah,
man,
it-
that was insane. Thread.
What's funny about that? Like, I post pictures of like my daughter, who's like this cute, beautiful little girl, and I'll get like 3 comments.
Yeah.
I post one thing saying, "Hey, thoughts on mixing 5-hour energy with a Red Bull?" and it was like, boom.
Because
Like
people
30
care about you.
I don't know if it was that they cared about me or is that they were interested in seeing what would happen.
Yeah, like, let us know what happens.
it.
What a great
Priapism is a thing that happens when you're dead, though, KT. It's a
But yes, it's a
it's a death boner. It's priapism. If you're
Yeah.
familiar with priapism
Rigor mortis
from,
sweat.
from a medical world, that's a real word.
Can we call the whole show priapism? I mean, that just sounds like a show title. Nobody will even know. They'll Google it all the time and
I
they'll
feel
show
like
up our
creeps
show.
would
Yeah,
start
that'd be weird.
subscribing.
Anyway, so
real creepy
House of Wolves came
people.
out last night. I played through with a good friend that has been raiding from pretty much the beginning of Destiny X from Australia. Him and Render, we went through all of the story together last night on my Warlock, and then went through one.
But you ran the whole story of House of Wolves out?
Yeah.
You can't enjoy anything, can you? You just.
It's not. You have to do the story to get into the Prison of Elders.
Well, sure,
the
but-
Prison of Elders is the end game of House of Wolves, and that's
But
what
it's
you want to be
Crucible, right?
playing.
That's
no,
PvP
no, that's
stuff, right?
PvE.
Oh, it is.
So the PvP stuff is Trials of Osiris, and that is
okay.
only available from Fridays through the reset. So it's a Friday
That's
through
a
reset
job.
thing.
Where's my Game Boy?
So the rest of the time is Prison of Elders, and so Prison of Elders is really cool because it's essentially a horde mode.
Oh, okay, that's the horror.
Kind of game style gameplay piece of PvE content within the Destiny world. And what's cool is they took a lot of things that I really loved about Mass Effect 3's Horde mode, where you have to accomplish certain objectives within it, but they also have modifiers. So like the first run through, the first area modifier that I got was you do more damage when you're in the air. And so Warlocks have the ability to like jump and then hover while they're aiming down sights, and you just stop in air. So I was doing like double damage while I'm floating, but doing that makes you a bigger target. So there's like all of these different things you have to take into account when you're playing with these different modifiers, and I loved it. It was super fun. So if anyone watching wants to join, I'll be online tonight, probably 5:30 Pacific time, and I'm going to be streaming until probably 11 or 12 Pacific tonight. Playing Prison of Elders and running Nightfalls. So if you want to join, send me an invite, and feel free to join up, part of the LBK little crew that we have going.
We'll be friends.
Outside,
And a whole team. What do they call the teams in there?
Fire team.
We have fire teams, but
Yep.
we have a clan.
We have a clan. We do. KT did a
Yes.
net clan.
Yep.
Feel free to join. Also, I'm going to give a tip for anyone playing Witcher on the PS4. One of the things that I was kind of struggling with when I first started playing The Witcher on the PS4 was how fast the camera moved. It was kind of like I almost kind of felt drunk as I played it because it almost like it felt like
Yeah,
it was like
it's-
swinging around me. So if you go into settings and go to your controller settings, you can bump that sensitivity from 100 down to like 80, 85, and it feels much more fluid. So that's Jeff's gaming tip of the week.
Tip of the week. Bring your camera around.
Just the tip.
Thank you.
Too far.
Heard Glenn.
Outside of that, I finished season 1 of The Americans, and it's awesome, and everyone should watch it.
What?
I've already talked
Of
about
The
it.
Americans?
Americans, but you
Just
got
a
all
little
the way
bit.
It's amazing. Season 1 is done, and it's awesome. I'm ready for season 2. It's also on Amazon Prime, as is season 3. But season 1, dude, that show is awesome. About
Yeah.
KGB spies during the Cold War, President Reagan's era.
Jeff is like my thought leader, right? You know how you
Yeah,
you're trying to
exactly,
find people
for,
that you,
like-
follow things.
yeah.
And you're like, oh, Jeff recommended this. I think I've tried everything you've recommended.
Yeah.
I'm honored.
And I've been
One
pretty.
thing-
Yeah, that's
I've been
true.
pretty happy every
I
time.
agree. The only issue with that is video games because he usually recommends a video game and then I buy it within the week and then the next week he's over it and I'm like, oh, I should
You gotta
have
wait.
stayed
No, no,
tuned. I should have stayed
hold on.
tuned.
Correction. You get on it like 6 weeks after I've
Hardly.
6 weeks after I've been playing it.
Hardly.
That is totally true.
Shadows of Mordor, I bought pretty quickly after you.
Yeah, but
and
that
then
wasn't a 2-player
You
game.
got over. No, I just mean like
But you
never
rated,
finished
you
it.
jumped?
That's because Destiny
So I
was
don't
out.
know. Destiny will always be out, Jeff.
Destiny has surprising, like, it has a shocking hold on me. I can't
yeah.
get away from it.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
I'm sorry. I've tried
So
Witcher.
wait.
You're like the overly attached girlfriend for
Witcher
Destiny.
definitely I am. But Witcher has
Do something.
Witcher
else.
is compelling enough, and here's what's cool. I married a woman who is into like fantasy novels and fantasy games. Like Zelda is her jam.
That's cool.
And so the conversation, like, what was it on yesterday? Actually, yesterday I'm like, hey, what do we want to do tonight? Do we want to start season 2 of The Americans? And she's like, why don't we play Witcher? I want to see what happens.
Wow.
That's how I know I married the right woman.
Crash.
So, The Witcher will be played. I will not be abandoning it,
Because she wants to know what's happening.
tossing it on the
I
wayside.
think that's great.
But if I'm being very, very honest, last night I knew some people that I wanted to play Destiny with were online, and I was like, I gotta wait till she goes to sleep. So
Here, honey, have this
Destiny-
cough
I don't-
medicine.
Like, it's so weird though, right?
Are you coughing?
Destiny shouldn't have the hold on me that it does. It shouldn't.
It is
like
illogical.
Skyrim, like the Elder Scrolls world, those fantasy games with like really deep stories. That traditionally has been my my
Yes.
go-to game, like my go-to genre, my whole life. Destiny is the
Should do a case study on
first-person shooter game that has like. I feel kind of trapped,
What?
but I like it.
What tripped in his head?
So it's like Stockholm Syndrome for a game.
Kind of, yeah. Like if yeah. Like I recognize that there's a problem, but I'm okay with it.
You're in an abusive
A
relationship.
little bit. I'll be okay. Anyway, that's enough Destiny
the
talk for today.
That's awesome. I'm sure we'll get some more.
And yeah, we'll talk some more Destiny next week.
Yeah, wow.
But I did beat the Prison of Elders level 28 though. It was awesome. You go into this treasure room and I felt like I was in DuckTales because there's treasure everywhere. So I'm like walking down. I'm like, life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, airplanes. It was cool. Do you even know that song?
I do. I played DuckTales.
You just didn't want to join
I
us?
just didn't know the. I don't.
Wow.
I only know the first line.
I
That's
hope-
it.
We were a
That's all I know.
trio. We could have been a quartet.
And then I fast forward.
Yeah.
It's all right. Anyway,
And that was fun.
hey, Freddie's here. What's up, dude? Anyway, we will leave the Destiny talk
All right. Should we move into the hardcore bulk core of the show?
to the newsy.
The talkie talks.
The newsy time. All right, Glenn, if you can hit that button to make some sounds, that would be great. I can't tell if you hit it. We'll give it a second. Okay, go.
All right. So, 3 newses, 4 newses, 5 newses. Wow, we're rolling. Actually, 6. No, 5, 6. Sony dates the E3 press conference. Full schedule is now set, so we are ready to learn everything we can at
Yay.
E3. And it's not far away. We're probably gonna spend some time between now and June 5th. What is it? June 15th? Talking all about what we think should be happening at E3.
I'm gonna
what
need to
hope-
find an internet connection while I'm there. We should record
Right,
while I'm there.
Jeff will be there.
I will be there.
And we
I will
should
be
be
at
able
E3.
to jump in with you and do a full,
That'd be cool.
Call back in.
We should
Like
do it.
Skype Jeff in.
Yeah.
But yes, the show for Sony's E3 is 6 o'clock Pacific on Monday, June 15th. Now, do you get to go to these shows? Are there anybody that's getting
I
into
probably
actual
won't
big
be to
pressy
those
things?
ones. No,
It's
I
really
show up Monday
fun.
afternoon. I would love
okay.
to go to those. Those are the big press conferences that everyone wants to get to.
Yeah, I went to. I think it was 2012 or 2013. I can't remember which one I went to. Probably 2013. But they had like food truckorama, so everybody got in, and then it was just like an hour of getting everybody fed, and it was
Very
just
cool.
every food truck you wanted there from LA. And then they fed us into this giant auditorium to watch the shows, and we're all journalists, right? But there was so much hooting, and hollering, and cheering. It was like a big old like.
It's supposed to
Sony
be
fan
like
jam. It was-
objective journalism, but then like people are like,
Supposedly,
yeah.
Yeah, I think
Like when The Last of Us played, like
it was Last of Us.
Yeah.
and
Everyone
God of
lost their
War.
minds.
Yeah, it was fun though. I was really close to the stage. Got to see everything going on. That was really fun. I hope you got to weasel your way into something.
I'm a little nervous. I'm gonna get raped at the hotel I'm staying at, though.
Happens all the
Really?
I am in,
Which
like-
which
I'm in-
hotel?
Shady.
It's like 3 miles south, and it's
Oh,
not sponsored by E3.
Yeah.
There just is nowhere else available. Like,
Don't
We'll
walk
give you
to and
pepper
from.
it
spray.
took me a while
We
to
did
talk
that
my boss
once.
into letting me do it, and or letting me go to E3, and he was like, "Yeah, let's do it. That makes sense." And I was like, "All right, hotels. Everything
Thing's
is booked.
gone.
Yeah.
Fantastic."
They have little hotels between the convention center and where I stayed, like it's like 40 blocks away, and they're shaped like cardboard boxes, and people sleep in them on every side of the street. You just gotta check in and be like, I'll take this one for the night.
Let's
It
just-
was crazy though, because that first time the convention was all decked out. You've got every like AC running in these little houses they set up for the week, right? So it's like all the showrooms and all the closed doors that they're doing. It's like full HVAC and all the bright lights of everything.
Yeah.
And then I walk back to the hotel, and along the way, it's like the slums, and not slums, but it's like complete contrast.
Yeah. Which is
a little
Everybody's
scary.
like living on the street.
That's what's interesting about LA. If you've never been to LA, it's hard to understand that like a couple blocks in any direction will take you to a wildly different part
Oh,
of
yeah.
town. Like a couple blocks, if you're downtown LA, a couple blocks northwest is going to put you in like Beverly Hills
Right.
area. Like
One-
you're going to
yep.
be like in the bling town. If you go a couple blocks southeast, you're in Compton. Like you go a couple blocks southwest,
Yep.
you're in Inglewood.
Yep.
It's a very weird area.
I just sit there like probably clutching my knees, rocking back and forth. Like, oh my gosh.
I did door-to-door sales in Compton. It's not as scary as people. It's not as scary
brand.
as it was
They marketed
back
their own
when.
brand.
For a 6'5" ginger, yes.
right? You got no problem.
No,
What?
Nobody's afraid of a 6'5" ginger.
That's
It's
what
not
she's
about
saying.
intimidation.
what she's
It's yeah.
You're not. Yeah.
I'm not a threat. I'm not someone people are like, oh, boy, that guy. Don't want to catch what he's got. If anything, that's what they're saying.
All right, let's push on. News number 2. God of War 3 pre-order includes 90 days of God of War 1 and 2 rental on PS Now. So if you were thinking you're going to get God of War 3, you can bit 1 and 2 and catch up. Right? Do you get that on the day that God of War launches, or do you get that like as
I
soon
think
as
you
you
get it
pre-order?
before. I think as soon as you pre-order it, because pre-orders, if it's digital, aren't refundable. You can't refund
just gotta
it.
run
So
it.
I think that's yours.
Yeah.
And I actually think this is a very, very cool way
This is solid.
to get people. Like when I read this, I was
You would think
a
about it.
little surprised. Like I had never thought about that. Like the availability of using PlayStation Now as an incentive to get pre-orders. That's really, really smart though, because I mean, if you've ever played the God of War series, they all build on each other. And so to be able to say, oh, I want, if someone that is unfamiliar with the God of War series, so someone who has, been an Xbox traditionally and then switched over to the PS4, which a ton of people have done, to be able to come in and say, now they have not only God of War 3 pre-ordered, but they can go and play these for
Back it
free.
up, yep.
That is cool, man. That's 2 free games. That's awesome.
For-
What a
yeah, for
huge
90
incentive.
days.
Like, how much
Good
better is
games,
that than
too.
like,
Yeah, that's awesome.
oh, hey, you get an extra skin on your character
Yeah.
and a
Whoa.
gun.
Agreed. Although the pre-order I did for Little Big Planet 3,
That's solid.
I got Sackboy. I mean, that was a big one, right? He's sitting in my office. That's
pretty
That's
cute.
pretty
a
cool.
big deal. Nice.
That's pretty cool.
So that's the news. News number 3, Sony's looking at hand tracking for the PlayStation 4 and Project Morpheus. So they're actually exploring this option of other input methods, right? So for now, they're kind of thinking, well, we got Project Morpheus, and you still use the Move controllers with the camera, but they're exploring. So they've got some R&D out there that's just playing with, can we do this with hands and other things, which I think is way cool, because it's what you see in the
different.
movies,
It's
right?
like Minority Report.
Yeah, just
Right.
you see that. So
don't need an elbow.
I'm glad that they're playing with that to see if
I
it's
think
going
so
to
too.
work. So
I think that's what sets them apart from like the other headsets that are coming out too. They're, they have
That's
that.
true. That's true. They've
Yeah.
all out something else. So I love where they're going with that. And sticking with the Project Morpheus news, they're opening a first-party studio specifically developing titles for Project Morpheus, and I believe that's in England somewhere.
Yep.
They call
I
it
think so.
Northwest Studios. Does that sound right?
Sounds right.
So they, I think that's pretty cool. Again, like they're obviously invested in it because they've put this much fun into it. We should see it this time next year. So having them like dedicate a studio of like making stuff is really cool. It makes me wish I was like a coder or a game dev.
Yeah, I want to be on
'Cause I
the
wanna
ground level for this.
I'll move to England
It's
for
a pretty,
that.
like, I don't know.
We could be the scholars. They need research people. We could.
Yeah,
Someone needs to write the papers.
Yeah.
I
If
know.
you think about, like, there are a lot of people that are like, I've heard a lot of people talk about, like, and bemoan the age that we live in because, like, they didn't get to see video games become a thing,
Oh.
right?
Huh?
Like, they didn't get to see video games become a thing. They didn't get to see cars become a thing. They didn't get to see computers become a thing.
Do you think?
But if you feel that way, like, literally right now, you're watching virtual reality become a thing.
Yes. Yeah.
That is
yeah.
pretty dang cool. Like,
It's scary.
I mean, I was part of the group that watched computers become a thing.
Oh, yeah.
3 of us here.
I
were.
remember my mother buying her first Apple computer, and she subsequently bought the computer. I was like 10 or 12-ish. Bought the computer at Sears, and then went and threw up in the Sears bathroom because she spent so much money. It's like she's like, if
wrecked her.
if I spend more than $1,000 at a time on one thing, I get physically sick.
Wow.
Hilarious.
So she's like,
Wow.
oh, we got a computer. Her.
It's fun. I just spent $2,000 on the car that broke 2 weeks ago. Remember? Yeah. I dropped $2,000.
That's fun.
Yeah. I did not throw up. I was just like, charge
Did you guys
it.
throw up before the race?
No.
No.
Did you see people throwing up before the race?
No, but I saw
No.
people peeing in the woods.
Oh yeah, tons
Did you see
of
people
them.
just drop trow and dump on the road?
Well, not dumb, but like,
No, they would just like be running down the thing, and then like one person would like veer off. I'm like, are you okay?
The guys that I work with
got
run
it.
marathons like regularly, and they're like, it's not it's
Unlike-
not
Yeah.
weird to see someone straight up drop trow and deuce on
Really?
the side
On
of
the
the
side of the
road
road?
because it's like they either do that or they crap their pants.
which running in the rain would probably be okay. Just wash it off.
Just wash right.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Speaking of crapping your pants,
Yeah.
let's go
The
to number
fart
5.
you can't trust.
Yes. There were so many good signs on the marathon. All right, so news number 5. PS4 extended sale. So we got yet another sale this week. In fact, this one pushes until the 25th. So you got about 5 days to jump in. They're doing Evolve, Alien Isolation, Far Cry 4, lots and lots of other games.
Yeah,
on
this is a
there.
lot of big
The
games.
one that I was really excited to see is the one I already have. I
course.
love Alice in Wonderland. Anything. I don't know if most of you already know that, but love anything Alice in Wonderland. And they have the Alice in Madness Returns that I've already got. What was the other one I really liked? There was another one that
I mean, they've got so Evolve, Far Cry 4, Sniper Elite 3,
COD 4.
Yeah, Battlefield Hardline. Don't buy it. Dying Light. I'm tempted to get Dying Light. I've wanted to play Dying Light for a while.
Oh, you want to?
What else do they have here?
Little whispers. It's a check it
Battlefield
out.
4 Premium Edition is $30, guys. That's
Watch
all of
Dogs
the
is
DLC. That's a
25.
great deal.
Is it worth 25? You
Crysis-
guys played it. Watch Dogs. Is it worth 25?
No.
Get Far Cry
Crisis
4.
No.
Crisis 3 is $15. That's pretty cool. Crisis is a sweet
Is it bad
game.
that when I looked at this, the first thing I did was instead of like looking at all of the album art or whatever, I looked at the yellow numbers and I was like, which one's cheap? And then I was like, oh, that one's cheap. I could look at that one.
That's funny. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
a
a
lot more
great
than that
sale.
too. But that's a great price. So if you don't have any of those games and you've thought about picking it up,
Now is the time.
now's the time.
Yes.
It's worth
Now's
it
the time.
for sure.
Last but not least in our news world, the first free DLC comes out today for the Witcher. So if they're doing like a big set of free DLCs throughout a little bit, so I think there's 16 or so they're going to be thrown out there. First one is some Temerian armor set and a new beard style.
Beard
for girl.
style and hairstyle.
Hairstyle.
So here's why this is here's why this is news, right? Because we live in a world right now where they will charge every other studio out there will charge $3.99 for what they're giving
This
you
is
for
true.
free.
This is true.
So the world of microtransactions, CD Projekt is not down for that, and so they
Hashtag
came out
Ubisoft.
very early. They came out very early and were like, "Hey, we're not
buy
going to be.
it?
We're not in the game of
You'll get this.
selling you
Yeah.
like basic DLC. They're going to have some 20-hour chunks of DLC that they sell and that is going to be paid DLC later on, but none of their small stuff is being charged, and I think that's awesome. Like that is something I think that needs to become.
Think about the marketing part of that, right? I mean, it's if you're dropping these almost like breadcrumbs. Anybody that has bought it or not bought it, you're still leaving this trail for like, come back to it, keep playing it, keep joining us. Oh, we're gonna get this. Try that out. I think that's really cool.
And there's also what I really thought was awesome was Witcher 3 had like the thank you note inside it. The physical copies have a thank you note inside of it.
That's nice.
Let's see.
Thank you. Now go slice the head off.
Yeah, and it basically is saying like, hey, we appreciate it.
Yeah, there's 200 people who we've worked for 200. There's 200 people who have worked for 3 years doing this. We really appreciate this, and a way to show you this is, we want to give you all of these DLC things. They're all
and
for
what
free.
a novel idea,
and
right?
It's like, thank you.
That they would say thank you for purchasing our game.
Yeah.
Like that seems like such a.
It's smart PR,
Like,
and it's also honest.
Right. Well, and it's something that the games industry, and it's a problem on both sides, I think, because video gamers in general, like, and maybe this isn't true. Maybe this is just the loud minority online that just rail against everything. Right?
Yeah.
That complain about everything and that make a big deal out of things that aren't a big deal, and just complain and complain and complain. But really, like, a lot of the games that have come out recently, and a lot of the problemed games, and it's like we talked about last week with Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed video, right? Like, for them to really open up and just say, hey, we made a mistake.
Yep.
That's
speaks
a
volumes.
big deal. And those are the kind of things, like, that's basic level, like, just interaction with a consumer base, is that you thank them for purchasing and you try to take care of them. And a lot of game studios, it kind of feels like they try and take advantage of you. And because of that, I think gamers have become a little more hostile towards developers and publishers.
Everyone's a little bit
Nerd
jaded
rage.
now.
Which is what really differentiates the attitudes between, say, an Ubisoft or an EA and the attitudes towards CD Projekt.
Right.
And so it'll be interesting to see how The Witcher does sales-wise, and how that relationship is cultivated going forward.
These guys are doing right. My friends, that is the news.
Very good. Then I guess that means we go to new releases. So these are the things that came out last week. This week, Tuesday. Yesterday, Tuesday, the 19th.
Yep.
So Rachel.
Yeah, for the PlayStation 4, we have The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt.
Yay.
So yeah, I know all of you guys have jumped on it. Also, yep. So Aces of Luftwaffe. I can never pronounce that word. Luftwaffe.
I assume that's an airplane game where you fight Germans.
Yeah, I think you pull
Something
that out.
related.
Sounds right.
It reminds me of 99 Red Balloons.
Luftrauser.
I don't know if it has anything to do with balloons.
That's it. Just because it's German.
Luft. Yeah, because it says Luft.
Archives, Terra Cresta for $7.99. I'm not saying the prices.
Next one I'm totally
And
excited
then Farming Simulator,
Cannot
15 for $49.99.
for. Only if I can plant my corn and
my
then 3 months later
gosh.
come back and get it.
Sounds like a really glorified Harvest Moon.
That's
Or something.
Why in the world?
farming simulator. That's
15.
unglorified. That's deglorified.
I would.
15.
Deglorified.
Sequelitis.
That's a lot of
$50.
money.
I'm curious.
To drive a
I wonder if,
tractor.
like,
To drive a simulated tractor.
farmer companies buy this game and use it.
I just
It's
tried
like,
to
this
make
is
it-
training.
To test.
man.
They're
I
testing
honestly.
out the next season.
Yeah.
I've got to know more.
So PlayStation 3, we have the Farming Simulator as well. So if you don't PS4, you can buy it for the PS3. For the Vita, we have Alien Shooter for $7.99 and the Hyper Dimension Neptunia U Action Unleashed for $39.99. And those are the releases.
Very cool.
Man, if I could drive a combine like that, though.
So before we move on, I do want to mention Laserbox and Princess Rika kind of commented a little bit on the whole internet nerd rage thing. Laserbox says, I think gamer rage came from early access games and then lack of support after they get your money. I wouldn't disagree with that. Internet rage, because the internet makes us all not real nerds. Makes us all not real. Nerds are uncool losers and anglers for laughing at. Yeah. I think, yeah. I mean, basically,
For the fact that we function anonymously
right.
on
That's
the internet.
beauty of the
They
internet,
can
right? Is that
rage.
we're anonymous, but that's also kind of
It's
the
the
downfall.
beauty and the-
beauty and the curse. But it's time for our indie game of the week, and I'm really excited about this week's indie game. So, Drew, take it away.
It's the indie game. It's the indie game. It's the indie game of the week. Yeah.
Dang, that's sexy. All right, this week's indie game of the week is Rogue Legacy. Did everyone get a chance to play this game?
Indeed.
Did
Yes,
anyone
Mitch.
I didn't.
Rachel didn't. That's cool.
No, I did play a little bit of
Oh,
it.
you
I
did?
didn't finish
Over.
it.
Okay.
I didn't.
Nobody
no,
finished
it. I
no.
don't think
There's no
I played a
finishing.
lot of it.
Nobody finished it.
I went over.
So, this is a game that is published and developed by Cellador Games. Super cool game. I'm really excited to get into it and kind of play or talk to you guys about it. My Metacritic score disappeared that I put on there.
It's there.
I'm pretty sure you see it. Oh, it's on the other side. Dumb.
Tricky.
I'm gonna fix this real fast, guys.
All right.
Bam, 85. So it got an 85 on Metacritic, and basically, kind of the story is you're this knight. You start off as this knight, and you're going in to kill a king, right? Like to kill. I don't know if it's a king or a demon. I couldn't
I
figure
thought you
out
were going to
exactly.
find a cure to save the king or something. Like
Yeah, I don't know.
There's something you can kill to get a cure.
I just remember I died, and then I started respawning with.
All sorts of problems.
Yeah, all sorts of weird issues. So each time you die, your child succeeds you, right? So every child is unique. One child might be colorblind. Another might have Tourette's. They could even be a dwarf, or a giant, or colorblind,
So it's like
or
all the Lannisters from Game of Thrones. Like, there's got to be
or they have
something
horrible
wrong.
vertigo where they're upside down.
That's a problem.
The description says, but that's okay because no one is perfect and you don't have to be perfect to win this game. But you do have to be pretty darn good because this game is hard. Fortunately, every time you die, all the gold you've collected can be used to upgrade your manor, giving your next child a step up in life and another chance to vanquish evil. So, who wants to go first as far as kind of getting into what they thought?
It was fun. I think I enjoyed the idea of like restarting every time, and I didn't know a whole lot going in other than you were telling me like your errors go in. So I started playing, and then I'd get one where everything was sepia tone, and I'd be like, okay, not only did the map change, but everything's kind of a different color now.
Right.
And then I think like 10 like stabs into it, all of a sudden the castle outside is like neon lights instead of the castle, and I was like, that's kind of crazy. Didn't really affect anything. It was just kind of strange. And then you messaged me and you're like, have you had an upside down level yet? And I'm like, what? There's that. So I just kept going, right? But they had one where everything's fuzzy except for where you're at. They had one where
because they were nearsighted, right?
Yeah, nearsighted.
Yeah.
And then I had one with glaucoma where everything's dark. Anyway, that was to me like just there was some real fun to that. Like you get to pick one of your 3 characters and decide what elements or what traits you're going to go in with. But for me, over and over, I just kept going back into that castle over and over again, and I just kept like not even getting farther. And then there is a place where you can like pay you kind of pay a guy. You basically promise him the 40% of your earnings to lock down the castle so you can run the same map over and over. And I started doing that on a map where I made lots of money. So then I locked it down every time so that I could go in, and I was still pulling out 250, 300 coins, which is about what you need to do anything. So that was super fun. I had a really good time doing that. But just one time, because it kept starting over, I wanted to go left instead of right, just to go like put up a house in the countryside and forget this damn curse.
I never tried. Did you ever try?
I don't think you can go anywhere.
That'd been funny.
You go right back into your manor to set it up. But I'm gonna go back. That's one that I'll probably play a little bit over and over. It's simple enough graphics. I'm not worried about my kids like seeing too blood and gore like Bloodborne or something. So
very cool. Hey, thanks Praetor for the follow, man.
Yeah.
So my favorite character was the shinobi. So like the super fast moving, but like a glass cannon basically.
Oh, right, yeah.
Super fast running. Because I am not good at the like jump around and dodge stuff.
Oh no.
DX racer chairs. I don't know what that's talking about.
We're on a budget, buddy. It's
so
cool.
I can't. I'm not the guy that goes into like into one of these dungeons and dodges every bullet. I'm just not good enough to do that. So I'm like, run to the chest, go get money. Like that's all I focused on was like get through it as quickly as I could, find the chest, find the money, upgrade my crap so that I can hopefully survive a little bit longer next time.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I thought it was super fun. I thought the way that they incorporate ancestry into it was really interesting.
That was really fun.
And I felt like I was just horrible at the game though for the first like hour and a half
I was just like, I quit.
I didn't read.
I hate love this game.
Yeah, I kept going. I was like, I am not getting anywhere. Is anyone else getting anywhere? And I saw that I was level 17. I was like, so I've had 17 like
17 mini
ancestors, And then I started going back, and it's like, no, I'm closer to like 100.
No,
deaths.
really?
Like
Yeah.
I've died
there's a place you actually
crap
pull up all
load.
those
Yeah, you can like funnel through and read about all of the different ancestors that you had.
Oh, yeah.
But I went to work the next day, and I have a couple guys at work that are huge indie game guys, and they were like, oh, I didn't even beat the boss until I was level 50, and I was level 17 at the time. I'm level 20 now, and I was like, oh, I feel better then because I've made it to the boss several times, like to the big giant eyeball. Did you guys make it there?
Yes.
The big eyeball that like kills you in like about 3 seconds.
Yeah, because he's spinning this little.
Yeah, so you have to just dodge the fire as you jump around in a circle and then hit him whenever there's no fire.
I can't do that.
I'm not coordinated.
I'm not a dodgy kind of
You're not dodgy.
person. Oh no, I am not dodgy at all.
Dodgy.
So what about you, Rachel? In the time that you had with it,
No, I can't even talk about it. I didn't play long enough to realize what was going on. I just know that I would die, and then something new would happen. I was like, I'll try this again a different day.
so I mean, for me, I think 85 is actually a perfect number.
I think it's
I feel very,
solid.
very comfortable with the Metacritic score of 85. What about you guys?
Especially for the value of it. It's $15,
Right.
and
I
that's
think, was it 15 on sale or 15 now? I feel like we got it
it's
cheaper.
15 right now.
We got it
Because it
cheaper.
was on sale for this part of the PlayStation Summer Sale. So if you didn't pick it up, I personally highly recommend you
Yeah.
give it a shot. If you like indie games, if you like side scroller, dungeon
roguelikes,
crawlers, roguelike
yeah.
games, it's a game that has enough imagination in it and like enough kind of heart to make it fun and weird and just I loved it. I had a great time with it.
Yeah, enjoyed it. I think there was this desire to go further and do better each time, and that's what kept me going. I probably went in 45 times or so. I'm at level 20, I think.
Okay.
I'll keep going.
I
It's
think
one
you
that
and I
I'll keep
played for
going.
about the same amount of time.
Yeah.
I'll keep driving that, but I'd go 85, 87. Like for me, I enjoyed it. I find
cool.
it was fun to see that they added in those bits and parts where it's like this guy has gigantism, right? And you're bigger and
Did
you're
you guys
smaller.
get to any of the
and
bonus, like the little bonus games that are in the game? Like there are little spots where you can
Chasing
access like little
skeletons.
bonus, almost like a county
Another way-
fair game
another way to
inside.
die. Really?
Inside
No, never
it.
found
So like I got to one point where I found this dude that had a carriage inside and had balloons everywhere, and he's like, "Hey, go inside, and if you can pop all the balloons, you get a prize." And I went in and was throwing battle axes at balloons.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta find that.
And I hit all but 10, and so I got like 600. I got like 600 coins from it, but I missed 10. So who knows what I could have got? But he only let you try once.
I still want to find this place.
So neither of you guys.
No,
got
I didn't find any
into
bonuses.
anything
I
like
mean, I
that?
found like skeletons that were trying to kill me that were like ginormous on the screen. I found the
This is like straight up carnival game.
dungeons. No, I want to go back
I feel like
now.
that would stress me out
It was fun.
a
Yeah.
lot if I couldn't go back and.
Well,
We couldn't
and
go back and
because
try again.
Had I known, here's the thing: at the point where I got that, I didn't have the ability to lock the dungeon. So, what would have been cool is if I'd had the ability to lock the dungeon and then go through that again. I think that would have been sweet.
Yeah.
So in wrapping the indie game of the week, I would just say we all recommend it if you're into
Yeah.
that style of game. If you like that kind of rogue-esque dungeon crawler,
fun.
I think you'll like it a lot. I thought that was
fun.
really cool.
You gotta watch
Has
it.
anyone in chat played it, liked it, enjoyed it? Everyone's talking about chairs.
Yeah, it's because
Maybe we should start a chair podcast.
there's a full discussion that if you're a good gamer or a good podcast, you gotta have a DX racer chair. I've never even sat in one. I have a banana
If you wanna
chair that I
buy
got
me
15
one,
years
The
ago.
fact
I'll
that,
use it.
that it's called a DX racer, I'm like, there's a long hallway out there. Chair races,
Chair
yes.
races with the racer. They're like banana chairs. They're glorified. I don't know. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
So that is, I recommend it as well. Yeah, we all do.
Very
Do it.
cool.
Jump on. Oh, what are we doing next week, Friendy? Let's decide so that all the world can join
good
us.
call.
On our schedule, we have things like Vikings Bastion, Walking Dead, Road Not Taken.
I
Tell
think we should do.
space.
I think Rachel should choose.
Yeah,
Why?
Rachel, you haven't chosen.
I don't know, just chose. I
you
haven't chosen in a while.
What shall we
Oh,
play?
we haven't done Shovel Knight yet either, right?
Wait, we could call Witcher our AAA indie. I'm just kidding. I just want to play more.
Wow.
More Witcher.
That's fresh.
Anything you're thinking of?
Let's do Bastion. No, we just did
Bastion?
we just
Bastion
did, but
is
we know,
this.
but we just did Transistor though.
That's
so
okay.
maybe we
True,
should.
it's true.
Let's wait a little bit.
Wait a little bit.
wait.
Okay.
Get another
Right,
roguelike.
right.
Let's do
name.
Road Not Taken. We did Road Not Taken.
We didn't do it. We never.
didn't?
Nobody even got it. I don't think we
Let's
talked about it.
do-
Did we, or was it?
No,
was it on that day?
we had
The other road
moved
one.
past it.
Yeah. Road Not Taken?
Yeah, sure.
Road Not Taken. it
Road
is.
Not Taken.
All right, so tune in next week, and seriously, if you guys have a chance, Road Not Taken was one of the PlayStation Plus games. Hopefully, whether you're playing it at the time or not, you're queuing all these games as they come through PlayStation Plus, because then they will be free for you, and that's awesome. So if you do have it and you want to play, feel free to jump into it, give it a go, and then on Wednesday next week at 3 p.m. Pacific, we will be live here like we are every week. We were a little late today, and I'm sorry. But yeah, join the discussion. Let us know what you think.
Yep.
The side-scroll Assassin's Creed Chronicles China looks good. Yes, it does, Prater. I think that looks freaking awesome, and I want to play it. And didn't you and I have a conversation about how cool it'd be if we had an Assassin's Creed set in like feudal Japan or China? Holy
Did you
crap,
ever
with
watch The
ninjas.
Embers?
Can you imagine an Assassin's Creed with ninjas? That'd be awesome.
Yes.
That could be
Agreed.
fun. That could be really fun.
I would love it.
I might even join in the Assassin's Creed fun.
But it is a dying
They would
franchise.
say.
That's right. Well, yeah.
There's scrambling.
Unless the
'Cause
new
they
London
screw
one
everyone
comes
over.
and is super dope.
They might.
But
I need to replace my brother hit sticker.
that, ladies and gentlemen, has been episode 54 of the Little Big Cast. If you're in the chat right now, stick around. We can kind of hang out and chat for a minute after we
You
end
can see
the
my
show.
child.
But
She'll talk.
we are the Little Big Cast. My name is Jeff Hawks. You can follow me at Jeff Hawks.
Jeff Hawks.
At Jeff Hawks on Twitter. Feel free to email me if you want to add me on the PSN and run some raids with me. Someone in the chat earlier,
Milky.
they're buried somewhere in
Milky.
here. I can't find it. Anyway, wherever he is or she is, I'm more than happy to run raids with viewers. If you guys want to raid with me, feel free to add me on PSN at Mr. Hawks, MRHOX. And you can also watch me on Twitch. I am twitch.tv/MRHOX, Mr. Hawks. And I'll be streaming Destiny tonight, so if you play Destiny, come play some Destiny.
And
So
I'm
much
Drew, so
Destiny.
you can follow me at Night 20. I Twitch as well at Night 20. And there you go, Twitter at KNITE20.
And that was way more concise than mine.
It's easy.
Bravo.
Yeah, and you can find me on Twitter usually. I don't sleep too much, so yeah, if you tweet at me at like 3 in the morning, I may or may not respond. But yeah, it's at Robin Hazlett because I'm really creative with my username on Twitter. Merp. Twitch will happen. It will happen.
It will.
That's
Better.
right.
It is a process.
See?
It better.
Excellent.
And Rachel.
And I'm Rachel at Pirate Rachel with a 3 instead of an E on Pirate, and that's me. Have fun, Twitter, and yeah.
Yeah.
We can move up the other ones.
Very cool. That has been the Little Big Cast,
Yes.
episode 54. Tune in next
everybody.
week, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific,
Yep.
and we'll be live again.
Thanks
for
everyone.
joining. And Glenn, go ahead and hit that music, bro.
Dancing out.
About to be bombarded with children.
Yes.
Hi, Stacy. I'm gonna put the intro together, and then we'll. That was one of the children of the show.
Hi. You earned nightlife. You did awesome. Thank you. You earned nightlife.
So, if you're still watching the stream, most of the people that host this show have children. One doesn't have children.
Hi, I'm 22.
She's learning from. She's learning.
true.
She's learning better from this.
Sean.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this children invasion. Yeah, we thought about having the littlest big cast and just having kids take over for a little bit. So we'll see what happens with that. Also, if you're in the chat and haven't hit the follow button, please
should.
do. That would be cool.
Entertaining.
You don't have to, for sure. Joke's on you. 0 is the max number of stones measurements. I don't know what that means. Dancing and then music. Okay, I gotta put an intro together. Hey, what should my intro be, people in chat? Any ideas?
Show title names as well are gladly accepted.
Chat head. Alright, so, man, there are so many kids.
So many blondes. So many blondes. I don't get it. Hello, young one.
Jeans obviously are very dominant.
You wanna actually go up there? Yeah. Okay. Stay right there. Layla, Layla, Layla.
Should I just say we get invaded by kids?
dry shampoo, running in the rain.
Robin, was it Robin or you that rocked the dry shampoo? That was you, right?
She rocked it. Yeah.
Robin rocked it.
We discussed it. You.
And then, has Jeff found his replacement to Destiny? Find out now.
Rachel stops from washing her hair.
Rachel discovers the magic pads.
And Drew.
And I gotta catch them all.
Drew what? What did Drew do? What did Drew do? Hey, chat, did Drew say anything funny at all in the whole show? Was there even one thing he said that was funny?
What?
It's awkwardly quiet for how much noise is going on. Challenge that. You're not wrong, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll let the kid
We'll just let it
rock
happen.
the mic like a phantom.
Really? No way.
The audio's turned down, Jeff. We barely can hear you.
way. High five.
Boom. Oh, you want to do nuts?
Is that better?
Boom.
No, it goes like this.
Sorry,
Drew.
I was
Drew
just,
turned
I
it
was,
down.
I was just doing a fade out on the music, so we didn't screw it up.
So, what's that? Next.
Okay, Drew, what did you do?
I didn't do anything. I just sat here.
Drew
Glenn
ran
switched.
500 miles.
I didn't run 500 miles.
He ran so far away.
I ran so far.
5,000 miles. I would run
You know what,
500 miles, and I would run 500 more, right? 500 is the number, not 5,000. 5,000 or 500?
They do both.
You do
Okay,
either
500.
one.
So I'm going to say ran 500 miles, and you're going to say no, I didn't.
Okay.
Okay. And Jeff finds a cure
Careful, sis. Say sorry.
For Stockholm
for
Syndrome.
destiny?
And then we'll say AKA Destiny.
Question mark? Okay. All right, you ready?
Let me react to you guys. Okay, ready? 4 girls, I need you off to the side.
Okay,
Come on, this
ladies.
way. I'm gonna reset a camera and then we'll bring it back for a little bit if we have
Hey, yo, suddenly audio. Yeah, Drew turned it off. It's his fault. Drew broke everything. I love that she calls him Drew. J-Roo.
Okay, you girls.
So many little people scared. Yeah, let this be a lesson to anyone out there without children. Think before you act. Are we live? Are we ready?
I just have to tell Glenn when to go up again.
Tell him now.
She found a pet.
Put her down.
Okay, girls, well, I'm gonna call quiet on the set, and then we have to all be quiet until I say it's okay. Got it? Stand by upstairs. Quiet on the studio. Set. Totally different thing.
We good?
Glenn, go ahead and hit record.
I'm going to assume we're good.
Good, let's do it.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the official PlayStation podcast of the KT Data Network. We are, all of us, the Little Big Cast. On today's show, Robin rocks the dry shampoo.
I was busy.
Hey.
Rachel stops washing her hair.
I wonder why.
And Drew ran 500 miles.
No, I didn't.
It was close, though. And Jeff finds a cure for destiny? I'm not sure.
Sick.
Maybe.
Right.
It's
For
a
now.
problem. Anyway, all this and more on episode 54, ladies and gentlemen, of the Little Big Cast. Welcome. Prophylactics.
How do we get that? Why did he shout prophylactics?
Prophylactics.
There's so many kids.
Yeah.
Listen, I am the best damn father you will ever meet.
Just everyone watching, if you don't have children, just let us be your birth control.
No.
Gingivitis and destiny are
Going
problems.
into like Walmart or anything like
Yeah,
that, and
yeah.
just like all of the crazy children just like running. It's like my ovaries just go. Nope.
Yep.
No. Big fat
That
nope.
was the problem. Like every time I was around like nieces and nephews prior to having a daughter of my own, it was like I would babysit one time. I'm like, I'm good for 6 months. I don't need another
Yep.
child in my life for
Yep.
another 6 months. I'm fine. I don't need anything. But it was like a year and a half of military training, and I was like, I'm ready for a family, sure. And then like totally isolated, away from family. I'm ready for a family. I'm ready for a child. And then it was like,
Oops.
a nightmare ever since. I love my kid, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, like
She's
that.
adorable and sweet, but
Like just to clarify, we love our young ones, but we are also
I'd be
very
late for work anyway.
realistic.
Hey, the Reverend, thank you for joining us, dude.
Muchas gracias.
Rev
Sorry that you're
joins me
having
on,
a crappy time with your internet. Princess Rika, thank you. You're here every week. That's awesome.
Yeah, remember to hit the heart if you guys like the show. We do it weekly, and then we stream in between. We're all entertaining on our own, but when we get together, we're like the Voltron of entertainment.
Icable? Is that a
No, I
fedora
think it's
beanie
I think
hybrid?
it's, I think it's
Yes,
cube
yes.
with lines on the end, or is it? I don't
or
know.
middle fingers,
Just
whatever it
cute.
is.
It's
Is that a
fedini,
fedora
right?
beanie?
It's a fedini.
A
fedini?
A fedini?
That's what we call it, a
fedini?
fedini.
A fedini.
A fedini.
Okay, so it's a hand crochet. Like it's a
Let's
hand
call it
like
a fedini.
it's a hand
I like the
crocheted
fedini because it sounds like Houdini.
But I think that I lost the brim on it. It used to be there, so shout out Eidolon
I
House.
never said my kid has made my life hell, although.
Did she put that in
It was a
quotes?
rough start. It was a rough start. It wasn't. Don't put that in quotes. It was a rough start.
Kids are awesome. Kids are awesome.
It was a rough start. My kid had some heart problems when she was born. It was a rough
That's
start.
rough.
It
That is
messed me up for a little while.
Yeah, that will
It
throw
was
you
not
off
fun.
hard.
That was hellish, yeah. Who else is in here? Laserbox. Thank you, dude. I can handle 2 hours with my 3-year-old nephew, then I lock him up. That's a good
Padded
way to
room.
handle it.
Padded room and a coffee
Who else joined
can.
us today? Rebel's there, Laser's there, Princess, Cube, Alizarin. Didn't hear much from Alizarin, did we?
And Scott K Design.
Oh, Scott K Design. Yeah, he's
Cube,
Pray
Laserbox,
Door.
Princess Kira, Mages, that's you, Scott Design, Reverend. Hey, seriously, thank you for joining us in the chat. We're going to wrap it up right now, but you guys are awesome, and we
good, Wigs.
appreciate you. We appreciate you guys hanging out.
Dodge my pathetic dad. Yeah, get some better. Wait, Dodge, you can join us anytime, man.
Yeah, come on in.
Fun. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week, and we'll game in between now and then, as will you.
Yeah, get some better personalities in this stream, please.
Hi, Scott.
Actually, Dodge, you get
You
to go
sound like you
find-
did have a pretty horrible dad. I'm sorry for you. I'm about to be mean to someone in chat, guys.
Don't
Go ahead and stop the stream. Glenn, take us out.